Okay, let's start work in chapter 5. We're going to start with exercise 5-2. It's on page 325 of your text. And I'm working in that student working file that I have posted for you in the chapter 5 module. So go ahead and pull that up and you can be working along with me. Or you can use your paper and pencil if you like. So let's look. This is exercise 2 right here. It says, consider the following transactions for KC Toys. It says July 8th, KC Toys. What we're going to do is we're going to journalize all the purchase transactions here. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do over here. So on July 8th, okay, they buy $185,800 worth of Mega Block toys on account with credit terms of 2, 10, and 30. So remember, anytime we see these credit terms, that 2 is the discount. So we're going to get a 2% discount if we pay within 10 days, okay, or all of it's due within 30 days, okay, so net 30. All right, so that's what our credit terms are. So there's nothing to do with the credit terms right now. That's just, we're going to have to refer to that later when we actually make our payment. So to record this transaction, we're buying inventory on account because we're in the business of selling toys. So we're going to debit merchandise inventory for $185,800, and we're going to credit accounts payable $185,800. All right. So that's what our journal entry is going to be. Let me make this better. All right. So that's the first journal entry. Then it says on July 12th, KC Toys returns $18,500 of the merchandise to Mega Block due to damage during shipment. So we don't want this inventory, we're returning it to Mega Block. So we're the ones buying it, so when we return something, all we have to do is simply reverse our initial entry, so the one we did on July 8th, for the amount of the inventory we're returning. So we're going to reduce our accounts payable by debiting it, because we're not going to pay for something we're not keeping. So we're going to debit it for $18,500, and we're going to credit our merchandise inventory because we're not holding on to it anymore. We send it back, so it's not in our inventory anymore. So we're just going to simply reverse the initial entry for the amount that we are returning, okay? The last entry is July 15th. So it says KC Toys paid the amount due less the return and discount. All right. So I'm going to come down here. So first off, I'm going to come down here. We started in our payable with $185,800. Okay, that's what we started with. Okay, then we returned $18,500, so we don't owe that anymore. So right now the balance in our accounts payable is $167,300. Okay, $167,300. Let me just make that weird. All right, then remember it said over here we're going to get a discount of 2% if we pay within 10 days. Well, 10 days from July 8th would be the 18th, so we're paying within the discount period. So we're going to get a 2% discount. So let's calculate what our discount is. So our discount is $33.46. That's 2% of $167,300. Okay, so I'm not going to pay $167,300 on my account. I'm only going to pay the $167,300 minus my discount. I'm only going to pay $163,954 in cash. All right. All right, so now let's look at the journal entry now that we know how much cash we're getting, what our discount is, and what the balance in our payable account is. No matter what we pay, whether we're paying less than or equal to our accounts payable, we're always going to have to get the total balance in our accounts payable off of our books. So I'm going to debit accounts payable for the full amount that's on our books, the full amount I owe, which is $167,300. Okay. Then I know I'm going to pay out cash of $163,954. That's what we calculated down there. And the difference is my discount. Okay, remember debits and credits have to balance, so I'm going to need another credit, the $33.46. That's where my discount goes. Now, if you remember when we talked in earlier chapters, when we purchase inventory, we want it on our books at cost. Okay, anytime we make purchases, what we want on our books is the cost of our items. Okay, since right now what's in our inventory account is the $167,300, the same amount that we owe for the merchandise. Now, we're not paying all of that. Remember, we're only paying $163,954. So we want to reduce that merchandise inventory account so that the balance in that account equals what we actually paid for it. That's why our discount is going to merchandise inventory. Okay, so we're going to reduce merchandise inventory. So those are our 3 journal entries for this problem. It says, in the final analysis, how much did the inventory cost KC Toys? So the same calculation we did down here. So it cost us, we took accounts payable, we started $167,300 minus the discount of $33.46 equals our total cost of our inventory of $163,954. All right. So if you have any questions on this, let me know, send me an email, or post it in the Chapter 5 discussion board. Okay. Now let's look at exercise 3. Let's scroll down to exercise 3.